welcome back to another episode of Will and a Whim. Today we're going to be discussing something that simply needs to be discussed. A lot of you, both here on YouTube and on Instagram, have been asking me my opinion on the recent controversy surrounding the ad that Shea Moisture put out. Well, today is the day. But first, subscribe if you want to, but let me give you a quick rundown of what actually went down. On Monday, April 24th, 2017, Shea Moisture put out an ad with the hashtag #EverybodyGetsLove. It featured women talking about how they learned to love their hair through using Shea Moisture's products. Just 1 second after the ad was put out, the whole of Black Twitter had planned and executed their attack. They simply said, "Not today." Why, you ask? Why did they say not today? Well, it's because the ad was missing a little something something. And that little something something was a big something something, okay? It was black women with dark skin and type 4 hair. The ad included Soraya Jade, who I'm sure you're familiar with if you've been here on YouTube. She identifies as black, by the way. And it also featured a couple of other white women who all together discussed what they were calling hair hate, or hashtag hair hate. For Soraya, hair hate stemmed from being teased in class, having people throw paper balls into her hair, which, girl, I feel you like. And for one of the white women, her hair hate stemmed from not knowing whether or not to dye her hair blonde or not. And for the black dark-skinned woman with 4C hair, well, her hair hate, we don't know, because she simply was just not in the ad. So you can see why people were, and still are, upset and alienated and a little bit disturbed by the ad. While the whole of the natural hair community does face struggles in our society, it's important to acknowledge very real struggles that black women with type 4 hair experience, not just on a social level, okay, in their day-to-day navigation of the world, but also on a systemic, structural level. Being sent home from school because of your natural hair, that causes hair hate. Not getting the job you deserve because of your hair, that causes hair hate. And navigating a love life with natural hair, issues implied, okay, struggles implied, that stuff causes hair hate. Having people tell you to cut off your nappy hair, that causes hair hate. And being excluded from ads, commercials, and general beauty-centric media, and only being included when it's a joke, that causes hair hate. So when a company like Shea Moisture comes along, founded by black women Naima Tubman and Mary Dennis, who is the mother of the current CEO, Rich Lou Dennis, and works to fix the specific issues that black women have been facing with their hair, both socially and physically, black women rally around the company and through years of micro-influencing here on YouTube and across the web to help build what Shea Moisture is today. So this ad basically just felt like a big slap in the face to black women. Okay, so quick aside, I just want to say that this is not my place. It's not my place to come up here and rant about how Shea Moisture's ad made me feel, because my voice doesn't really matter here. I know that I can use whatever privilege I have to help do things about the situation, but all in all, my voice here is less important than the voice of black women. Okay. So now that we got that down, many of you know that I've been bopping around YouTube, swinging Shea Moisture bottles left and right, okay? And that's because I still believe that Shea Moisture's products work for me and my hair. And rarely am I able to find any products that actually do work for me. And further, for a company that has been celebrating black women in a way that I think is critical, especially because of what this is, Will on a Whim, you know, which wouldn't be possible without black women. And as an official Shea ambassador, I've had to ask myself whether or not I was going to move forward with Shea Moisture. So, here's how I thought about it. A little over a couple of weeks ago, I was invited to a casual conference call with the CEO of Shea Moisture. I know, crazy. And during the call, a lot of my and a lot of everyone's questions were clarified. So question number 1. Did Shea Moisture change its ingredients to accommodate all hair types? I found that answer to be a simple no. While Shea Moisture has to certainly abide by FDA regulations, which allow and disallow certain ingredients to be used in commercial products, Shea Moisture's ingredients, in fact, have not changed. One thing that has changed with Shea Moisture's ingredients is the replacement of their common names, okay, like shea butter, with their scientific names, like vitamins and pandemonium. What? Question number 2. Is Shea Moisture expanding? I found this answer to be a simple but complicated yes. Here's why. Shea Moisture has this whole thing called community commerce. You can see it sometimes on the back of the label of whatever Shea Moisture product that you use. What community commerce does is it drives dollars into communities of black women to fund training and to build infrastructure for the entrepreneurship of those women who are producing ingredients that are certified organic and fair trade for Shea Moisture's products, and it allows them to be fairly paid for their services. Also, if you didn't know, Shea Moisture actually funds a scholarship here in the United States for girls graduating high school to allow them to go on and pursue careers in entrepreneurship. More info below if you're interested in that. Now, if Shea Moisture is going to sustain these efforts to support Black women structurally as they, pursue their education and build capital, they're going to have to expand, especially in a market where big companies like Dove and Pantene have now been spending so much ad dollars on getting Black women's attention, but really haven't been supporting them structurally like Shea Moisture has. Also, a little while back, Shea Moisture announced a partnership with an investor, okay? A minority non-investor, which basically means that Shea Moisture still is independent and gets to make all of its decisions, but they still got to do what? Expand. The last question that was answered during the conference call was, what now? What are you going to do now, Shea Moisture, after this ad was put out? How are you moving forward? While Shea Moisture did apologize on social media and committed to change, it's a song that Black women have heard before time and time again. But this is the part where I tell you why I'm still going to be a Shea ambassador. During that conference call, I watched Rich, the CEO of Shea Moisture, at length listen to Black women and their concerns with their hair and the ad. I also watched him immediately after that make a commitment to changes that were directly in favor of those Black women, essentially agreeing to have their voices play more of a role in the representation of Black women in their ads. Also, it is pretty hard for me to find another product, another brand that supports Black women in the fundamental way that Shea Moisture has. Yes, this ad was very disappointing, but I refuse to watch a company that was started by a Black woman and built through the hard work of Black women just go down in flames after this ad. So I want to do what I can to make sure that as Shea Moisture does expand, it remains focused on Black women. And their ads and their efforts with community commerce, across the board, I think it's just important. As we speak right now, I'm being connected with the community commerce team over at Shea Moisture to see how I can help out and sustain those efforts. I'm also dedicated to taking the products that Shea Moisture has and giving honest feedback. I have 4A, 4B hair myself, and I want to make sure that you all can tell whether or not the products work in my hair, in 4B, 4A hair. So all in all, I want to make sure that Shea Moisture is on the right track. So yeah, that's it. Special thanks to the CEO of Shea Moisture, Rich Lou Dennis, for giving us your time and attention. Special thanks to some of the other Shea ambassadors who were there and eloquently expressing their voice and their opinion. I appreciate y'all, for real. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. If you have any thoughts about this whole Shea Moisture controversy, if you have any thoughts for me and how I'm moving forward, I'm so very open to hearing you all out and making sure that I'm moving forward in the right direction, just as well as Shea Moisture is. So let me know in the comments below. I'll see all of you back here real soon for another episode of Will on a Whim. But until then, bye.